Live from the Washington, D.C. area, it's the Inside Scoop. All the news that our viewers want to know. Now, here's the host.
Hi folks, Cesar here with you. Thank you for joining us. We have a show on a topic that we've done many times, and unfortunately we're probably going to do many more times going forward. Guns. The culture of guns in our country affects us in many ways. I won't go into the details that happened this weekend in Oregon, but we're going to bring it down a little bit here locally. But first I want to thank my guests for coming on. Janie Strauss, the school board member for the Drainsville District. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Cesar.
And in full disclosure, you are my school board representative.
Yes, I am.
I've donated to your campaign, and I think the world of you.
Thank you, Cesar.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Janie, I want to share with you and the audience a chart I found. This is a crazy graph, and I'll ask the folks to put it up, and we can talk about it here a little bit. But it shows the gun murders per 100,000 residents. And look, I love that the U.S. leads the world in a lot of things, but this is quite frankly outrageous. There isn't even a distant second when it comes to other countries. And that's just, that's part of the problem with this whole gun culture, isn't it? I mean, it's... I would agree.
I would agree. At some point, I hope that we become fed up with the number of murders, the number of accidents, the loss of life as a result of the proliferation of guns throughout our country.
They're everywhere.
Yes.
In fact, that's why you're here.
Yes.
They're everywhere close to home, and they're everywhere close to schools.
Yes.
An elementary school.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Okay, and this is frustrating. In one of my elementary schools, now has a gun shop that opened a week ago, and it is literally 50 feet from the classrooms.
This is an elementary school?
This is an elementary school.
Kindergarten, pre-K, kindergarten?
Pre-K through 6th grade,
Okay.
400 children ages 2 to 6. And the parents are upset. I am very angry. Sure. If in Virginia a gun store has a right to be in a commercial area, okay. But it should not be next to an elementary school. An elementary school needs to be calm and peaceful. The parents need to be assured that their kids are safe at all times. And if we can't regulate what goes on right at our border, it makes it very difficult for us to carry on school. And this is just simply not right for our children or our parents.
So help me understand how this came to be, or why this is a reality here, because this seems pretty insane. I mean, I can't necessarily put a liquor store on the corner, but I can have a gun store?
Under the Code of Virginia.
That sells ammunition, I take it?
That's right, and guns.
Okay.
Now, this particular store was located some blocks away in a commercial area of McLean. It was fairly small. And whether you believed or that you wanted to have a gun of your own, the fact that it was deeper into the commercial area and was not right there next to the school, the community was not as upset. But under the Code of Virginia, local government cannot regulate gun ownership, nor can it regulate where a gun store can be located. And by right, a gun shop can be located in a commercial area as long as they are not changing the use. If it is a retail store, then they can be there. But in this case, it abuts closely an elementary school. And we believe that the store needs to find another location further away from a school.
And to be clear, and for the folks at home, we're not talking about preventing anyone from buying or selling. That's not your position.
The community does not want to take that position. The community's position is a gun store located this close to an elementary school is the wrong place for a gun store.
And that, the fact, I'm sorry to laugh, that just is an outrageous thing to have to say and remind people.
Yes.
But you're getting some pushback?
It is, as I say, under Virginia Code, the Board of Supervisors does not have the authority to regulate this. Now, in the last couple of days, some of our elected officials from state government are going to write legislation, which I support, that would give our local Board of Supervisors the authority to at least have something to say about where a gun shop can be, and certainly not right next to an elementary school.
Sure. So there's going to be some proposed legislation carried by...
Yes, carried by Senator Favola, Senator Janet Howell, Rip Sullivan, Kathleen Murphy.
So in the House, it's Democrats.
That's right. That's right.
So Democrats are going to carry forward legislation suggesting maybe it's not the best idea to allow a gun store next to elementary school.
Okay. That's right.
And what does the opposition, because you know the Virginia, you know this, the General Assembly tends to look at these things and the immediate response is, no, you're trying to take my guns away.
We've not heard anything from the opposition.
Okay.
Obviously, the person who owns the store, he would like to stay where he is. He does have a lease. But I think
Have you had conversations with this person?
Some of the elected officials have, and some of the people in the community have. This is a fairly tight-knit community in this neighborhood.
It's very affluent.
It is affluent, and also downtown McLean would like to be revitalized and would love to invite other retail stores, restaurants, what have you. I don't think their vision was a gun shop.
I get it. I don't understand a lot of it. Look, I don't hear anyone saying people don't have the right to buy and purchase guns.
This is, the community has chosen
its location.
Not to, it is the location.
So if I put a liquor store there, people would have the same sort of...
I think there would be questions.
Yeah.
There would be questions. We have discovered that it is easier to locate a gun shop there than it is to locate other retail establishments, a restaurant, a daycare center, because there are other modifications that have to be made to the property. But in this case, it was a by right location of a gun shop in this location. No questions asked.
Wow. Okay, and I think part of this kind of leads into where I wanted people to see the graph. It's almost by default that you create the environments based on the laws, because we are a nation governed by laws. So based on the laws, we create the environment that allow for those statistics to actually happen.
It allows for a situation in which it is difficult to question it.
Right.
And what are the community's sensibilities? How do you create a sense of safety, of calm, particularly around children and families and schools? Weaponry is not something that is in your close-in environment. It's really going to set an environment of calm.
Sure.
It's just not.
Right. Here's the other concern I have about this whole thing. Look, I've shot guns, and I was a Boy Scout. At one time I was a member of the NRA. I've been trained in firearms. And it's not the responsible gun owners that are the problem. We'd agree to that.
There's always the concern that somebody will decide to use a firearm to harm somebody intentionally, or somebody will simply have an accident with it. We see both of those occurrences, and that makes us nervous this close to a school.
No, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's so outrageous in my mind that you would have this.
Yes, it is outrageous, and many of us were there the day that the store opened, and people were just appalled.
So I saw an image of folks, I think they were protesting.
Yes.
So were there people in support of the gun store?
Obviously there were people who had come to the grand opening to purchase their weapons or their ammunition. There were some people that were obviously opposing the demonstration. But
they were open carry, they were...
Yes, because also in Virginia, open carry is legal everywhere. On a school site, you cannot open carry. Your weapon needs to be unloaded and locked. But once you're on private property, you can open carry without a license.
So again, it's 50 feet away?
The school building itself, the classrooms,
The building.
are about 50 feet away from the property where the gun shop is.
Okay. So, but if I'm open carrying up to the gun store, I'm well within my rights.
The only thing that we can figure out is that there may be a federal law that might preclude you from open carrying within 1,000 feet of a school, but if you are on private property, it doesn't hold.
Okay.
Which then means that any law that would limit your ability to open carry is actually meaningless.
So I've got a big family, lots of friends, lots of different opinions. The very far side will say you must arm yourself to protect yourself. Is anyone suggesting that teachers or classes with guns and firing be taught at this school yet? I mean, help me understand where this is going.
Well, we have been, the owner of the store has indicated that he would like to teach classes on gun use, gun safety. Under Virginia code, school boards can allow teachers to arm themselves. Our teacher organizations do not want to be armed. And my school board in Fairfax County does not want to allow this.
I don't want them armed.
No. We have seen too many accidents. And we're not the Wild West where, someone trying to protect somebody actually shoots someone else by mistake. This is not the Wild West.
So, and I think for me, that's part of the complexity of this. You have a law, it's actually a constitutional law, that is being applied to the entire country equally. I get that. But if I'm in Alaska, yeah, you probably want everyone armed. But if you're in the heart of a city or a major developed area, it's probably not as required because we do have access to police and other protective.
Well, let me share with you an interesting story. Talking to some people who live in rural Virginia, and I asked them how they felt about proliferation of guns. They said, well, we're a small community. We know everybody that's here. We know who has guns and rifles, and they kind of walk around with it. But we know who we are. So there isn't this sense of distrust or fear.
Interesting.
In an urban area, a more urban suburban area, where we don't know, we simply do not know. Is this person with this open carry weapon, is it somebody we can trust? Is it somebody we should fear? What do we do?
You just said the magic word. It's the fear.
Yes, it is.
It's fear.
Absolutely.
Janie, I'm going to have you back. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Folks, stay tuned. We have more guests coming.